Hi everyone, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. First things first, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there, and I really hope you had a wonderful time with your family, friends, and had great food. I was planning to do some videos throughout the week, but unfortunately, I was too busy studying for my fourth exam for physics, which I'm very proud to say I was able to pass. I mean, even with a C, but I was able to pass. So the sleepless nights paid off. Also, I was busy with with a lot of baking, and I mean, I literally had to bake 2 cheesecakes, one for my family, one for my best friend. I also did some wings. I even had to help my mom do the tamales, and it was a very, very beautiful day. And I had a wonderful time with my family. So I really, really hope you had a wonderful time with your family, friends, or whoever you spend it with. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Sorry if my voice is a little too low. I came down with like a little strep throat, so I mean it really hurts to talk right now, but I gotta do this because I love it so much, and even though it hurts, I'm still gonna do it today. So I'll make sure to tune up the volume or raise the volume for my voice, because this is literally the loudest I could do it right now. It's way too painful if I try to speak a little too loud, as you can see. But first things first, I'm gonna review chapter 335 of My Hero Academia, which honestly left me in shock, and very likely many others. We finally get a revelation of who the UA trader is, and honestly I even knew I was right about this, and I'll explain it throughout the video. And honestly it was amazing. Numerous theories out there about who might be the UA trader is. I mean, there was numerous theories about, okay, Dabi is a Todoroki, and they were confirmed during the war arc, and I can't wait to see that animated. It's gonna break the internet, and very likely this as well once it gets animated, very likely by season 7 or 8. So who knows. But anyways, let's begin reviewing this chapter. So we learned that New Order is acting like some type of poison inside Shigaraki, and it has destroyed numerous quirks inside of him. Yeah, Yorosu and Jiro believe that the opening and the huge opening has been made, and it's a great opportunity to attack. However, All Might states that most of the heroes as of right now are focusing in the safety and rescuing of civilians who are still out there, and it will be very hard to guess what Overwhelm will be planning to do now that Shigaraki has been wounded. Also, he mentions that All For One has very dangerous allies. As you know, it's Dabi, Toga, the remnants of the Liberation Army, and very likely some powerful prisoners that escaped from Tartarus. He suggests that they should use this time wisely and use it to grow a little bit stronger. I mean, Star sacrificed her life to buy the heroes a little bit of time, so he wants them to use it to get a little bit stronger. However, Class 1A and Bakugo tell him that they've been doing that ever since he left UA. As you know, All Might left UA to go with Deku during that time, after the war ended. Deku states that Bakugo wanted to practice with him and help him master One for All, only for poor Bakugo getting a little bit embarrassed and lashing out on him playfully. Even Sato, is it? I don't think so. God, I can't believe I'm forgetting their names. I'm sorry. I'm kind of sick, so I'm doing the best I can today. Sugarman is like with all that character development, he still hasn't changed. And it's true, but Bakugo, it doesn't like people to acknowledge that he wants to help. Bakugo wants to try this new technique, cluster, as we saw during the battle against Deku. Since it kind of worked against Deku, he feels it should work against All for One. Seeing all the students gather together, like during the beginning of My Hero Academia, it makes All Might feel nostalgic, and he can't help but to compare them to eggs that hatch beautifully. And it's true. I mean, the beginning of My Hero Academia, they were just still like eggs, and then event after event they finally hatch, and you saw how much they've grown. We then move to Shigaraki's hideout, where we see he's in incredible pain after Star's defeat and technically almost her victory in a way. As you know, New Order is still acting like a poison, and it literally damages his quirk factor. We see All for One telling him to take it slow and to never stick to a single plan. When he suggests to wait a little bit longer, Davi just doesn't want to wait, as he wasn't very happy to see his father flying non-enchantedly. All for One then states that Davi and him are very similar in many ways, but there's one crucial difference between them. Even though All for One has one goal in mind, he's already planning numerous ways to get to that goal. And the major difference between the two is that he has a lot of friends. And the final panel we see for this chapter is of Toru Hagakure. It literally confirms that she's the UA traitor. And we see on this final panel, she's kind of becoming a little bit visible. I mean, seeing that panel, I was pretty shocked, and it literally confirmed my suspicions that Hagakure was the UA traitor. I mean, I've seen numerous videos of people saying, oh, it's Kaminari, it could be Aoyama. Others were saying it could have been Monoma, but I was like, no, I don't think so. I mean, remember that I was saying it's never the person you most suspect or least suspect. It has to be somewhere in the middle. I mean, I already thought, okay, I have a feeling it might be Hagakure, but I have a feeling that she might be not the only traitor. On chapter 14, the attack of the USJ, we see Kurogiri using his warp key to literally separate the students and send them to random locations. And we see in this panel, Todoroki is completely alone. On chapter 16, we see a chart where it tells us, okay, which student got paired with who and where were they sent exactly. We see on this panel that Hagakure and Aoyama were paired together, very, very likely. And on chapter 21, Hagakure states that she was paired up with Todoroki, which is clearly a lie, as we saw on chapters 14 and 16. If Hagakure was with Todoroki, at Todoroki's location, would it even be smart to tell him that you're here? It just doesn't seem logical for her not to say anything. Also, one thing that bothered me about this chapter is Aoyama never reveals where he got sent, which was, I'm like, something's not right about him or Hagakure. I just knew it. Also, in chapter 68, Hagakure suggests that the entire class go shopping together at a certain shopping plaza, and on this chapter, this is where Shigaraki meets up with Deku. Coincidence? I don't think so. In chapter 73, we see that Hagakure and Jiro were paired up together during the training camp with the Pussycat dolls. And if my memory is not bad, I know Aoyama got paired up with Yajirozu. In chapter 74, we see Yajirozu is alone. Aoyama is nowhere to be seen. In chapter 81, we learned that Yajirozu gave Aoyama the task to bring Jiro and Hagakure back to the camp. And then we see that Dabi discovered his location. But the thing that bothered me about here is that Dabi didn't decide to attack him. I mean, weren't they there to hurt the students? Well, their main goal was to get Bakugo, but I'm pretty sure he would have injured the other students. I just felt something was not right. After the training camp ended, Hagakure and Jiro were the least injured. And yeah, also Aoyama was the least injured as well. Who knows what's gonna happen now? I mean, this revelation we got was just very, very shocking. I mean, I already was expecting Hagakure from the very beginning, especially after President Mike suggested that there might be a mole in UA, and I was already thinking of the chapters. I'm like, very likely it has to be Hagakure. But also I'm thinking she might not be the only mole. I mean, we got in those clues back in the beginning of My Hero Academia, and I'm thinking there might be a second mole. Well, who knows? I wonder what's gonna happen now. I mean, with Deku having danger sense, will he be able to sense that Hagakure is the mole? Who knows? But from the panel we saw, I don't know, All For One is able to see through Hagakure. So it makes me wonder, did Hagakure and All For One meet one time? Who knows? I'm very, very curious to see what's gonna happen next. And also makes me wonder, okay, how will Class of 1A be able to help Deku complete One for All? I'm very excited to see that on the next chapter. But this just broke the internet, so I'm very, very excited to see more for this chapter. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the next video. Bye.